Yeah, Streamlabs is great, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic job it's doing. I need to restart the chat bot now as well, because that's still trying to be connected to the old one. Well, hey, hello again, everyone. Very peaceful standby screen. I'm glad you like the technical difficulties screens. It's based on a 1950s TV testing screen. There are not any mystery biscuits, Luke. No. Excellent. Chatbot is back up. Thank you for that, James. I appreciate the testing of it. Oh. So, yes, we're back. Hello, everyone. Oh, I need to adjust my test screen, because, of course, if I didn't have the test screen, I wouldn't have actually noticed we were dead. So, I'd best do that again. That looks like the right one. Can we get something up? There we go. That is it. I have my test screen running again. Very Fallout. Yeah. I believe they used the same screen for something. I think it was from Fallout. I got the idea to rip off that particular screen, actually. Something or other Indian test screen. And yeah, I think I stole the idea to rip off that one from Fallout. I'll tell you, without the fade round the edges, it's absolutely terrible. But that fade round the edges that gives it that sort of three-dimensional look as an old TV, absolutely perfect. So yes, here we are, back with our wagon, back with discussions of Weird Al. And do remember, yes, to smash that like button once again. The chatbot will actually start all the messages round in a cycle again now, just to confuse us all, because I've had to restart it. Such is life. Hopefully everyone who was watching finds their way here. We've not quite got as many viewers as we had, which is a shame. I blame you, Streamlabs. If you think I'm happy with you, you're wrong. Very, very wrong. I think pretty much all the Fallout games have the test screen in some way. Yes, I believe they do. Indian head test screen, that's what it's called. I remember looking up what they had called it, what they had ripped off, and finding the original so I could do the same. Watching number is climbing. Excellent. That's, yes, back up to 8, which is where it was when I last checked, but we had already crashed by then, so I don't know if it was there before that. Shunting's going to be fun on my layout. Please do explain, Luke. Only 2 wagons fit in the run round. Only 2 wagons, small loco, fit in the head shunt. It's going to be a very interesting thing to shunt. What you've done there, Luke, is made yourself a shunting puzzle. And shunting puzzles are great fun. No idea if I'm building this in the right order, because I've not looked at the instructions. I'm just kind of hoping for the best, really. Fiddle yard is going to be really long. Does the fiddle yard need to be really long if your trains are going to be 2 wagons and a small loco? So I've been sat here all evening expecting Streamlabs to crash. When I first tried to load up the stream earlier, it refused to load and connect and told me I wasn't logged into YouTube and all sorts, and had to kill it off and reload it all to get it to run the stream. So I have been expecting it to go wrong. Instructions are overrated or vital, I forget which. I hadn't even realised what fun I will have. Oh yeah, I love me a shunting puzzle. I think some streams are in order. I think you could be right there, Luke. The idea was that there would be more wagons in the fiddle yard so the loco can go and get more mid-shunt. Yeah, but does it need to be massive for that, or can you put them on whilst you're playing? You know, when South Park Quarry is done, which will be all built on stream, the fiddle yard for that is essentially going to be a single piece of flexi track. What's wrong with self-promotion? Nothing is wrong with self-promotion. I guess rather like you spent all Friday streams expecting TS to crash. Yeah, I did actually, Alex. Yes. Oh, it is, isn't it? I don't think saying that you're going to stream is self-promotion. Yeah, what Alex said. Coming here for the purpose of promoting oneself is against the rules. Mentioning it in that you're going to stream as part of the conversation in chat is a completely different thing. Yeah, I've done it in the wrong order. Never mind. Oh well. I've got so used to building these wagons, I forget that I'm supposed to look at the instructions. For those wondering, step 1 is to get the axle boxes on. But I think before we do that, we need to remove flash. Gordon's alive, etc. Did everyone? Well, I did tell everyone to subscribe. I wonder if that counted as self-promotion. It's fine, Luke. I've had people in my chat turn up just to beg for followers and mention their own stream. That is what the rules are for. Exactly. So you're going to stream on YouTube then, Luke? I can't read your comment out, Alex. Sorry. Copyright and all that. I might, not sure yet. Well, I need an answer, like, I need to know if you're streaming on YouTube or Twitch. Probably stream on YouTube. Okay, well, you're going to stream on YouTube, are you? So everyone, Luke doesn't want to promote himself because of the rules in chat, which I think is fair enough. If he's worried about my rules, he shouldn't promote himself. But, you know, he is going to be streaming on YouTube with model railway things. So if you enjoy watching streams that are model railway related, what you should do is go over to Luke's YouTube channel and subscribe. I think that's a really, really good idea. There you go, Luke. You weren't self-promoting. Is that better? I would like to take this point to point out to YouTube and the Advertising Standards Authority that I am not sponsored by Luke and all my opinions are my own. Hey, when the caller is done, we might have streams with that. That would be really cool, Luke. I'd really like to see that. I'll sponsor you, Gary. Well, if you want to sponsor me, Luke, it's !Patreon in the chat. We'll get you a link to my Patreon where you can sponsor me. Give you a bag of Skittles each month. You can sponsor me for as little or as much as you'd like. I don't know what a bag of Skittles costs, but you will be able to put that amount into Patreon every month. Question about getting slag off white metal parts. Go ahead, Will. Ask away. Subscribe to Luke today and get free non-existent bag of Skittles. You know what? I don't actually know if I'm subscribed to Luke. I think I am. I'm not sure though. And you can't check your subscribers, Luke, because my subscriptions are private. So now that the axle boxes are clean, so really they tell you on the instructions, to solder them on, lining it up with the detail on the sole bar. What they don't say is that to line up with the detail on the sole bar, you just want to press against this indent here. So you press against it like that and it lines up and obviously holds them both in the same side. What's the best way to do it? I tried breaking it off and snapped apart. I generally use a really sharp knife or a file, depending on what it's like. If it's causing a bumpy surface, I'll use the file. If it's just one or two bits, I'll use a sharp knife. So the kit is looking less like a pile of metal and more like a wagon every time I look back at the screen. Excellent. Glad to hear it, James. So you can go and also go to my non-existent page for a non-existent donation. Had to glue it together. Yeah, and the good thing about white metal is it is actually, despite what everyone says, reasonably easy to solder. And it is a nice, forgiving material that can be stuck back together. But yeah, I generally slice with a sharp knife or file, depending on how bad the bit I'm trying to remove is. I want to flux up this bit as well. Remember, you can't have too much flux. And of course, the fact that white metal has so many ways you can stick it together is another advantage of it. I thought you were. I might be, Luke. I'm honestly not sure. And there's the bot wanting you to like and subscribe, everyone. Please do remember to do that. It would be absolutely great. It really does mean a lot and it does help the channel. Turns out I wasn't sub to Luke. I only followed him on Twitch, apparently. Fixed now. Well, hey, more subs for Luke. Hashtag sub to Luke. Flux kittens. Is that still not a card? It's not. I can't think what to put as the response to Flux Kittens, James. Right, I'm back. Why do we have a part 2? Because Streamlabs be Streamlabs. Streamlabs did Streamlabs things, exactly. 130 subs. Excellent, Luke. I'm at 203 when I checked earlier, and I still can't believe that number. It's pretty impressive. Yes, Luke, I am subscribed to you. I do remember now. I am one of the 130. Mew sizzle. That's brilliant. And I'm back. Wasn't that fun? No, I did not hit the wrong key. I was doing that. There you go, James. I'm glad. Oh, there's a helicopter flying over. Nice and low. That'll be the police helicopter. This is a happy moment in the world of Gary streams. I'm glad to hear that, James. Too many kittens on the channel. My allergies are playing up. Am I allowed to talk about my Instagram? Is that self-promoting too far? That is way too far, Luke. Go for Alex. Helicopter. Oh, brilliantness. So, if I put them in, I believe it's still far enough apart that the wheel's going. Just about, yes. And that is why we have separately fitting W irons. So I don't need to take it back apart, which is nice. Someone could that the other one. Are you planning any coaching rates cross country trains for Hailsham? Did they not have any cross country services? It usually wouldn't, but I'm planning on a rake of London and North Western stock to represent the Sunny South Special or Sunny South Express, depending on which you want to call it. And I'm claiming that it's been diverted off the Brighton main line because reasons. So there will be cross-country stock going through Hailsham. If I find anything else I can justify in a similar way, I will certainly be considering it. And the Sunny South was, of course, hauled quite regularly by I3s. So guess what's gonna pull it? So it quite like this LNWR Sunny House and Bound. It will, yeah. And that, now we've mentioned Instagram. Oh, thank you, Luke. I never posted on my Instagram today. WR Splendid recently invested in some LNER carriages for cross-country services for my layout. Oh, very nice. So the Sunny South Special will be LNWR stock. Yes, Luke. The Sunny South always ran with LNWR stock. I know I've already fluxed that, but shush. Can't have too much flux. The LNWR built a rake specifically for it. They were carriages. That diagram of carriages weren't used for anything else. They were only used for the Sunny South. And I have recently come into possession of an image regarding the Sunny South. And that image is of the Sunny South rake sitting in the platform at Brighton Station, waiting for the off to head back up north. And at the head of that train, on this occasion, was not an i3, but it was in fact LNWR number 7 Titan, which I believe is a precursor class. So I guess I have to get one of them, because of course that picture means I can. Gem seller kit. It's about £40. So at some point in the future, we will be able to have some LNWR locoage on the layout. On the stream, even. I knew what I was trying to say. I approve of LNWR engines. Thank you, James. I was meant to talk to you about me doing it for you because we discussed that once. We did discuss that once, Luke. Shane the Gillsborough connection will never see the light of day. It is indeed, Alex. The Titan was a whale precursor. Excellent. I knew it was either a precursor or a George V. I couldn't remember which one came first. I can never remember which one comes first. Hydration's important, everyone. So we have some nice brass W irons to hang the wheels in. Let's see how these work. These are obviously going to be stuck to the floor. And they're going to send their bearings everywhere. I think of it. Oh, there it is. I haven't quite lost one. That's good. So I don't even know that these are 00 gauge. I'm not convinced they are. Ah, they're right. Okay. I think they work for either 00 or P4 because they've got two foldy lines. And then that, with bearings in place, should... No, look, it won't now. I'll tell you what, if those wheels are going to be okay straight in the white metal axle, white metal W irons and axle boxes and stuff, then I'm not going to use these. I'll just put some bearings in there. Looked up Titan. I like it, as you should, Luke. It's a great looking engine. I bet, James, it's a long story. I get some LNWR stuff in LMS livery for the big layout. No, you should get some LMS stuff, some LNWR stuff in LNWR livery, Luke. And Alex, I just want it known, I do not have, nor do I want, a coal tank. Coal tank's on the list, as is Super D. Excellent, also excellent. There is a kit for a G2 in original condition on the Bay of Fleas at the minute, with its round top firebox. Heretic, indeed, aren't I just? How can you not want a coal tank? Because I don't. Yeah, that's going to be fine with just some bearings in there. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick them in with super glue. I mean, Luke, why would I want a coal tank when I can have Terriers with their £1,000,000 of tractive effort? I still can't believe you believed that, you fool. Just seen the link to the Austerity 55. Like I said, I knew there would be a few people that would be interested in that, and it felt it would be bad to just link it to one person. No, Alex, no. Just know that on Discord, me and Luke were discussing power classifications and stuff of steam engines, and I started mentioning, what he was asking what power classification something would have been. The W1, I think it was. And I suggested that based on tractive effort, it would be power 9. And I gave the tractive effort of the A4 and the 9F as examples. The A4 having 39,000, the 9F having something like 43,000. And then I gave what the W1's was, which was something around 42,000, I think, off the top of my head. I said that they all pale in comparison to the Terrier with its £1,000,000 of tractive effort. And Luke believed me. Luke believed me. It took him a while, and then all of a sudden a message came up that just said, I'm starting to think you're being sarcastic and I'm being gullible. And I was like, wait, you thought I was being serious? It was rather amusing. Alex, you need to get back onto Discord. Everyone who's not on Discord, you need to get on Discord. These are conversations we have. So remember earlier when I said about Luke getting special treatment? Yeah. He earns it. So, the floor is 2 planks too long. And I've just realised the camera's pointed slightly too high. So I'm just running the knife gently down. No, not the stream. The stream is the whole thing, the line between the planks. Get on Discord, Gary doesn't bully all of us. And so now it's the right length. It's a bit tiny bit too wide. That's going to be a pain to remove. Do check it now and then. You need to stay on there more regularly, Alex. It's good fun. To admit, that's hilarious. Terriers obviously have 10 million. Exactly, Harry. Get on Discord. Gary doesn't bully horses. There needs to be a live stream called Row, you boat gently on the stream. If I was making a boat, then yes, James, I totally would. Where's my straight edge gone? There it is. I haven't lost the tools. Honest. I mean, when Becca says, I don't bully everyone, what she means is I don't bully everyone at once. So pigs that left Gatwick. Look, Luke, don't you start. You believed 1 million. And there we go. The floor sort of fits. This corner for some reason doesn't, but that's an easy enough fix. Remember everyone, knife away from you, never towards you. Do as I say, not as I do. There we go, now it fits. Trying to insult the Swindonian. I was trying very hard, Becca. I was kind of disappointed when you were okay with that. But it wasn't even me that brought it up. It was Luke that said he wanted one. And I was actually trying to get you to come and join in bullying Luke. But also insulting your Swindonisms. Little Crown rather take a cow from Heathrow. Yeah, fair enough. Don't know where I'm flying out of when I go flying. Things you should check when people book you holidays. So this now, slightly too wide on both sides, but it's okay to lose a bit on the edges of the brake rigging because it is lined up by this indent in the middle. Don't know where you're flying out of the window. Oh, I'm off to Mallorca in October, and I can't remember where we're flying from. Well, in fact, I don't know where we're flying from. My mum booked it. And the message containing all the information is on my old, now very dead phone. The one that used to run the stream and now won't even turn on. Now, I'm doing this in Brighton period, so I only want one set of brakes. So this V-hanger... No, the V-hanger wants to say, I want I want the handles on both sides, I only want the brakes on one side. That's it, I do know what I'm saying. So we're going to smother that with flux, and you all know why. Lost the will to live when you replaced it for the stream. You took away his reason for living. We cannot make Swindon a bannable word, Alex. Wait, so you weren't on my side? I mean, I like the idea of it, Luke. I just wanted Becca to join in bullying you. I know I'm the one that tagged you into it, Becca, because I wanted you to join in bullying Luke. I wanted you to tell him he was wrong. I wanted the Swindonite in you to come out and be like, no, Luke, you cannot do that to a pannier. And you were like, no, it's fine, do it. Right, chatting by themselves. Right, good night, Becca. Thank you for coming by. It has been great having you here. Sleep well. My first good rest stream. Why, it's such a bad word. No, it's not really. I've been bullied far too much for enjoying a joke, man. Yeah, fair enough. What was a Midland corpse van for? What do you think it was for, Luke? What do you think it was for? Not what I think, is it? Yeah, what else would it be for? But yeah, Swindon isn't a bad word necessarily, Alex. After all, Stroudley apprenticed in Swindon. So it can't be a bad word. Right, these V-hangers do not have the hole in them for the rod. Where's... what we want is this. Oh, actually, well, yeah, why else would it be called that, Luke? No, it is this side that's poked through the hole we want. Somewhere around here on my snips. They're probably under these instructions. There they are. Why did the Midland have a corpse van? I mean, for the purpose it was used for, mainly, Luke. You know, there was a whole railway dedicated to that. You know, the Festiniog had one as well. I believe they still do have it. It's not an unusual thing. You know, the quartz fans, the same design as the meat fans. Wondering if they ever got mixed. I mean, it makes sense that they would be the same design as the meat van. That is basically what they were carrying. To be fair. So these all have holes through them for the bar that attached them all together. Like that. Festiniog have a corpse van? Yes, Luke. Remember, kids, hydration is important, says the chatbot. But yeah, Luke, I don't know why you're surprised by this. You know, when you look at it, I mean, these railways might have had one or two. I honestly don't know if they had more than one, so that's why I'm saying that. But like the London necropolis had loads. It's almost like it was their whole business. There we go. It was bent almost right to get in behind there. Thank you, but I'll now get some hydration. Good idea, Luke. It is important. You must always remember to properly hydrate. I mean, the London necropolis is absolutely fascinating. Need some more flux. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's a incredible concept, and it's not something. It's like when you hear about it, you don't expect it to be real, but the practicalities of it, it's something that needs dealing with. There we go, that's it. Yeah, alright, Luke. Don't spam it. 30s was operated by an M7. Was it really? I did not know that. Hashtag the more you know. Star shoots across the screen. Its original carriages were designed by BT. I did know that. This wants tinning with real solder. Yep, that's plenty covered. Okay, no, I didn't spell it wrong the first time. No, you didn't. Yeah, I knew its original carriages were designed by BT. Never knew it was operated by an M7. It's all the way over there. Come back here. And let's turn that back down. Bet this doesn't fit through the holes anymore. No, it's not even going to pretend it fits through the holes anymore. Right, it's through that side. Only in the last years, early it would have been other LSWR suburban tanks. Fair enough. Now we must wait for the soldering iron to cool. We have 20 minutes left. I hope we have all had a good time this evening. With a D class that's looking a lot more like a D class now. Isn't it fantastic? There we go, we're cooled back down. I feel like we've almost come round full circle here, working on brake gear. It's been marvellous, excellent, glad you think so. Very, very glad you think so. Now we need to cut this in line with the outside of this. It's still slightly too long. I think we've got it the right length now. Yes. That's the right length now. Perfect. So we want to get some flux on these and some flux on there. And don't worry about getting it everywhere, you can't have too much flux. So just railway related things that are allowed in Discord. Can I post my truck and my Phantom on there? We've had this discussion, Luke. There's actually a whole channel on there dedicated to rules. Tells you everything you need to know. It's that one called Rules. Oh yeah, it has rules in the name anyway. I've even updated that every time I've added a new channel at request of someone else. I think my hydration vessel has a crack in it. That's not good. There are things that having a crack in is beneficial. Hydration vessels are not one of them. You must fix this, Luke. So we have these round bits to fit on the end next. And they go on this plank here. One plank below what would be the top plank on the side. So the fourth plank. For those that want to do these things with numbers. Seems to have stopped leaking now. I might have spilt some. I shake my head at you, Luke. And there's that attached there. And again, fourth plank on this side. Correction. I continue to shake my head at you, Luke. There we go, that's stuck it that time. Unrelated topic, I've noticed how model railway mags still don't seem to talk much about 3D printed items. I read an article on modelling Titfield and they only mentioned ... We'll wait for YouTube to limit to stop being a problem and then we'll carry on that comment. Old kits for Thunderbolt and the W and U coach, despite the fact both can be found in 3D printed form as well. Question is, do the magazines know that? That is the point, Alex. It's all well and good saying they don't mention them, but has anyone bothered to tell them? Because if no one's told them these kits exist, there's not a lot they can do about it. True, they must have done research. You're assuming a lot there, Alex. Oh, look, there's a link to the website. It's an article in the model rail where a 3D printed W and U van was worked on. But articles like that are generally someone has submitted them the item to work on. I would love to assume, if in this day and age I would search stuff on like Shapeways as it's so popular, I would love to assume that, but we are talking about people who are journalists. And without getting too political, there are some journalists out there. That's all I'm saying. Just looking at your Oak Hill Mark II plan, where's the fiddle yard on that? It's top right. There's 3 roads of it. It's not small. Code 75, bullhead on Oak Hill Mark II. Luke. It's not just any code 75. It's bullhead code 75. Yeah, just seen the line around it. Yeah, see? Tell you what, these would be easier to get in the holes. If they were actually round and not massively out of shape ovals. The head is decidedly the best end of a ball, indeed. Oh no, it's there. My proof bullhead. Bullhead is wonderful but very fragile. Yeah, but I mean, it's a permanent layout. Once it's down, it's not going anywhere. So I think it'll be worth the effort. I mean, you look at how much better Bright Helmstone looks with its track work being bullhead to my other layouts. The fragility is worthwhile. Five minutes. So is bullhead considered flat bottom with a larger head, or flat bottom with a smaller, or flat bottom with a smaller bottom? I consider it something completely different to flat bottom. So neither. Expect that once one goes bullhead, one can't go back. I suspect you might be right. And I mean, Bright Helmstone even has the sleepers buried. So although there is plenty of sleepers you can see because they're not completely buried, it's not a case of it's just the sleeper spacing making it look better. It is everything about it is better. And another good thing about rail, especially with like the older profiles, is no one can ever tell you, oh, you couldn't use that rail. It's too old. You can't use that profile. It's too old. It would never have been on the main line by then. But these people are wrong. Because you see, a few years ago, the Bluebell did a track renewal. A bit of track that they'd had there, never caused problems. It hadn't been renewed the whole time they'd owned it. Because it had just been fine, everything had been clacking away over the top of it. And when they did lift this rail to renew it eventually, it was stamped LB and SCR on the rail. And as far as anyone can work out, that rail was very much laid by the LB and SCR when they were still a company and had never been changed. So if someone ever tells you that your rail profile is too old for your layout, tell them no. No, it's not. So we've got a Backman Easy Command allowance, so let's say on sale £65. Excellent. Let's find home on the colliery. Excellent. Do they still have it, or did it go for scrap? It is now holding up a signal. Of course it didn't go for scrap. There was a signal along the same bit of line that needed its upright replacing, so that bit of rail went upright to hold that signal up, as would have been done on the big railway once upon a time. That's upside down. We have 1 minute left. 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. If they didn't have a use for it, it would have gone into the museum. And we have a wagon. Greetings, Michael McCarville. You join us just as we prepare to end the live stream with a finished wagon as our more. So, I promised you minor repairs, paint and more in this live stream, and I hope I have not disappointed. As we have had minor repairs, paint and more. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that was a job well done this evening. We've got through so much. I can't wait to get that loco back together now. Obviously it needs black paint still. Probably another coat. So there's certainly, well, it definitely needs another coat of the green. There's parts of the brown that need redoing. Of course not. Of course, next time will be earlier. Excellent, glad to hear it, Michael. I hope you are well anyway. So yes, it has been an excellent stream as far as I'm concerned. Hydration is still important, everyone. So what can I say other than thank you for joining me. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. It really does mean a lot. Make sure you ring the notification bell so you know when I next go live and or upload a video. There is a very special video coming on Tuesday. Please do not miss it. It is announcing something that will at some point in the future be affecting the live streams, in that there will be an extra stream at some point. So please make sure you see that. But until then, thank you for coming, everyone. It's been absolutely wonderful. I have had a great time. I look forward to seeing you again next week. But that is our time for now. So, good night, sleep well, and goodbye.